Peace and love. It's Ladies Week. Need I say more? It's Ladies Week here on the Slam, and oh gosh, I got some heavy questions. Sisters are jumping in. They jumping in hard and fast. Pun intended. Yeah, let's jump right into it. I'll start with Taja from Harlem, who's married. Taja asks, is it ever okay to fake an orgasm? Is it ever okay to fake an orgasm? And wow, great first question. No, it's never okay to fake an orgasm, Taja. Never, ever is it okay. But what is okay is that we communicate openly and honestly with our partner about what it is we like and what it is we don't like. Now, there are times where you're just not going to get what you need. There's also times where he may not get, which is slim to none, because most men, they're going to go in with the whole mindset of having an orgasm. But there are times where he's not going to get what he needs. But here's the rule of thumb. Let's openly communicate about what our desires are in the bedroom. That way, I'm not wasting my time, you're not wasting your time, and we're not wasting each other's time. So let's openly communicate about what it is we desire. No need to fake. If you're not in the mood, you're not in the mood. Can I get you in the mood? Let me know if I can get you in the mood. But I need to ask that question. I need to ask that question in order to ask that question, if that makes any sense. So faking orgasms kind of goes along with the mindset of, I'm sacrificing my happiness to make you happy. And that's not what we do in relationships, more especially in marriages. What we do is say, hey, baby, tonight it's all about you. So make sure you're good. Just get yours. And there's going to be nights when I get you, like I advise my couples, for example, have oral moments. For example, if the man's on his way to work and he's like, I want to give him a little treat before he walks out, get on your knees, make sure he's satisfied. If the wife is on her way to work, and she needs to get the edge off, hey, baby, lay down for a couple minutes. Let me take care of you. And now we got a little oral exercise going on. And sometimes it's okay for one person to get theirs and the other person not. Because I should be satisfied on making sure you're satisfied. But it has to be reciprocated. It should go back and forth. Like there's times where I just like, you know what, baby? I see you looking a little stressed. Lay your ass across the bed. Let me take care of you. And vice versa. And neither person should get offended, again, if it's being reciprocated. Great question, Taja. Taja asks another question. She says, should age be your deciding factor when someone much younger is trying to date you? For example, him being 28 and the woman being 45. Age should never be a factor. Well, it should be if it's ridiculous, like it is 45 and 15. Yeah, you're going to jail. The age should not be a factor if you and a person are on the same maturity level. If you meet each other in that space of, hey, you know what? I like you, like me, boy meets girl meets boy, and it works. This works. Personally, I have some age restrictions for, like the rule of thumb is you should date a person half your age, shouldn't date a person less than half your age plus 7. I found that to be a little too young. For example, if I'm 55, half of that, 27 and a half, plus 7 is 34. Yeah, me and a 34-year-old, she's going to be a very mature 34-year-old in order for me to interact with her. But I typically like to stay in the, early 40s, mid 40s. 50s is fine. Again, it's all about how she takes care of herself. Because again, I'm a man who takes pride in taking care of himself, mentally, physically, and spiritually. So I need a woman that does the same thing. So that doesn't have an age requirement, because there's some women my age that you're like, are you 15? Are you 17? Like, you got lost in your childhood? But yeah, anyway, to answer your question, there's absolutely nothing wrong with dating someone younger than you. It's accepted. I know you also stated that, is it fair in love that men get to do it all the time and women don't? I think that has changed somewhat, Miss Taja from Harlem. I think it's balanced itself out where women are doing it just as much as men are. And it's all about what you receive and what you accept. It doesn't matter external factors, how people view you and who you're dating. Who gives a damn? Between you and your man, you and your husband. Enjoy that. We got Veronica from Seattle who says, does a man judge you on past relationships you may have had? Does a man judge you on past relationships you may have had? Absolutely, he judges you. That's why I'm always advising couples, keep your mouth shut. Stop talking about your past relationships. Who needs to know it? Why do you need to know? Because people become intimidated. People become, for example, I dated this young lady years ago, and she dated Tiy-E, she dated Shaq. I was like, wow. And some other players in the NFL, the NBA. I was like, wow. But I wasn't intimidated. I was excited. I was like, oh, you got a little freak in you. You know what I'm saying? Because a freak recognizes a freak. So I get excited about knowing that, hey, you know what? I've been around the block a couple of times. I'm not going to judge you. Now, if you keep talking about the individual, like, well, I'm like, why are you with me? Why don't you go be with him? Because apparently I'm not doing it for you. But if it's like, hey, again, there's no need to name drop. And you shouldn't talk about past relationships. That's a rule of thumb for me. I really don't care about your past relationships, especially if the man isn't there to defend himself. Now, there's certain things that we can talk about, but do know I'm not going to just see your side of that. I'm going to say, you know what? I'm quite sure he would have a different perspective on that. For example, I met a young lady said, well, I'm a good woman. You can't say you're a good woman. The man you dated or men you've dated can call you a good woman. Or, it's like you can't self-proclaim yourself, for example, being sexy. Because the root of the word is sex. So someone else has to call you sexy. Someone else has to find that energy about you, that mojo, that BDE about you that makes you like, damn, you can get it. So that's what sexy is. You can't proclaim yourself to be sexy because you're not trying to give it to yourself. Well, most people don't. But anyway, next question from Veronica from Seattle is, can a man's ego really handle it when his woman wants to try something new that she heard about, read about, etc.? Can a man's ego really handle it when his woman wants to try something new that she heard about and read about? I'm going to say on record, mature men, or I should say men who are non-judgmental, men who are secure within their own manhood. It wouldn't bother us at all. Man, do it. Handle it. If you want to do something, you want to try something differently, you want to go to the sex store, the strip club, or you want to try this position, or you want some P. Diddy baby oil invited into the mix, hey, let's do it. No judgment here. But most men was like, well, where you get the idea from? Why am I doing this? Why you want to do that? And we shouldn't do that. Like, we should be uninhibited when it comes to intimacy. We should be uninhibited when it comes to communication. Because people that you love, people that you want to take this journey with, we should have the privilege of saying, you know what, I can come to you and talk to you about anything that's on my mind, on my heart, and I won't feel judged. So to answer your question, most men egos really can't handle it. I'm going to say most males. But real men, my virile brothers, hey, spring it on us all day, every day. You can be like, hey, I'm the type of brother, you come like, hey, I saw this guy at the mall. He was fine. He could get it. I'd be like, oh, okay, do tell. Because best believe there's some women I saw at the mall too that could get it. You know what I'm saying? Be it we watching a television show. Be it we at an event. Be it I'm at your mama's house for an event. And I'm like, man, your cousin is fine. Again, I'm just acknowledging what's in front of me. You see her, she fine to you too. Or no different than a brother. Like, he's a good-looking brother. Like, man, yeah, he's a good-looking brother. And if you don't think so, like, yeah, they'll do. But whatever it is, do it. But anyway, those are the questions for the day. We're going to jump right back into it in a couple of days. And God's got a lot of questions. But I just want to get those off to start this week off. Hey, ladies, have a beautiful week. Inbox me your questions because this is your week. So I'm answering your questions all week. Again, thank you, Sister Tiy-E from Harlem and Sister Veronica from Seattle. I'm out. Peace and love.